And welcome back to Retrospect My Fantasy, where we are currently taking a look at the Final Fantasy franchise, and we're currently working on Final Fantasy 13. Now, before we get into the game, got a couple of announcements to go over. Number one is that on Saturday, March 31st, we will have our 50 follower celebration, during which, starting at noon, forgot to add that, during which I'm going to be playing Telltale's The Walking Dead of Season 3, giving a copy of said game away, as well as a copy of Psychonauts and 3 $20 Steam gift cards. So, please join me for that amazing celebration and giveaway. Announcement number 2 is that we recently partnered up with Humble. So if you take that link there that I just threw into the chat, that sends you to the Humble homepage where you can... Sorry, just got done eating. Sign up for Humble Monthly, which is like a Loot Crate or Bark Box or whatever you want to call, whatever other subscription services you like, except for video games. And then you get about... I want to say they claim at least $120 worth of games for $12 a month. You can get Humble Bundles, which right now they just launched... Oh, crap. What one did they just launch? I feel really bad for not remembering this. They send me an email every time they're launching a product. So let's go see. Oh, the Bob Ross bundle. That's what it is. It's a couple of art tools, a couple of art programs, a documentary about Bob Ross. Seems kind of neat. Or you can just go to the Humble store and look for some awesome games. And now if you use that link, not only do you get yourself those awesome games, but you also support charity and the channel. And last but not least, before we get back into the game, is that we recently became an affiliate and are capable of accepting bits and subscriptions now. With yesterday, Mr. Henry and Day Zero being my first subscribers. Now, let us get back into the game. So, what happened yesterday? Yesterday, we met what appears to be, so far in the game, I know a little bit more, but so far in the game, we've met what appeared to be 2 leaders of a rebel faction against the government. And we're fighting them. That's really about as much as of the stories has been explained.
It's an out-and-out massacre.
Well, what do you expect?
Those people won't even live long enough to die on pulse.
That was the idea.
What?
Sanctum logic. They conjured up the purge to eliminate a threat. I mean, why carry the danger all the way to Pulse? Why not just stamp it out here? Execution masquerading as exile.
Huh.
That's all the purge ever was.
That doesn't sound very good.
Relocation to Pulse. How does the government get away with pulling crap like that? And you knew this was gonna happen?
The purge was PSICOM. Private Sanctum troops, not the Guardian Corps.
PSICOM, Guardian Corps. Soldiers are soldiers, aren't they?
No.
Pulse Foul C and their lessee are enemies of the state. Tell a soldier to kill an enemy, and you really think it's gonna matter what uniform he's wearing?
Might have mattered to that one. Couldn't shoot. got himself shot instead.
How about you?
That is very telling
Orders
about
say
Lightning's
shoot,
stance.
you pull the trigger? Fine. Forget I asked.
You're the one that's wearing a fatigue-style jacket with what appears to be a faction or unit patch wielding SMGs. Maybe you shouldn't be so quick to judge there, Zaz. Zaz is getting kind of messed up. Okay, so is that something we can just pull up anytime we want? Hey, potion. Yes. Well, that didn't go all very well. I feel confident in blaming the game on that one. I guess I could, you know, give him a Phoenix down, but why? What has Zaz done for me lately? No spoilers, huh? Or spoils, huh?
What's that?
Also, this is a much cooler way of doing a gunblade. Huh.
Attention purge deportees. Attention purge deportees.
Well, that doesn't look very good.
Down your weapons and surrender immediately. Your removal is the will of the people of Cocoon. Should you attempt to flee, the Sanctum will employ every resource necessary to bring you to justice. This land is no longer your home. Cease hostilities and surrender at once.
Sarah!
Is that Sarah?
Just what you were looking for.
Yeah, right in there.
The post-file C.
So far, they're using a lot of words.
Don't worry. We'll be okay.
And first of all, not explaining a goddamn thing. Second of all, not even giving us reasonable context for them.
Here. It's too much, isn't it? Face it later. Ciao!
Hey, wait!
Yep.
You
He doesn't
said it
know what to
made you
do.
happy when I smiled, didn't you? But really, I was afraid. I was always afraid.
A lot of people do that. Cover up insecurities with chipper behavior. Well, whatever that is, that certainly looks impressive,
So, how do you
intimidating.
figure that post-file C is different from the sanctums? All things being equal, I just as soon keep wondering.
Time to jump.
Yeah, I know. Hey, hey! Hey! Hang on!
That
Hey!
seems really dumb.
Damn. she can do it, so can we.
No, do you have that finger clapping thing? Oh, okay. Finger clapping. Wow. Finger snapping thing? Because if not, I mean, you got lucky. Just got beat up pretty bad, huh?
What about the others?
Oh, they're probably dead.
They didn't die. They couldn't have died.
Of course not.
You're in a rebellion. People die in rebellions.
Hey, get a grip, man. What's wrong with you?
Get him home. Get who home?
Toss me that.
Feels responsible for
Catch.
someone he doesn't even know. He said toss me that. You didn't have to say catch.
What are you doing? So what are you afraid of, huh? You're supposed to be the hero. She's waiting there, ain't she? Your lovely bride-to-be? Isn't it about time you picked her up?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was all about his fiancée. At least for him.
There's our ride. Now you're talking.
How could they?
Pretty easily, as it turns out. Also, this camera control kind of sucks.
I hope everyone's all right.
Standing there ain't gonna...
It's a different weapon. Oh, hey, look at that. Using the latest military-grade AMP technology, this emblem boosts the physical power of the wearer. Alright, man. Whatever you say. Ooh, hey. Oh, did we get ambushed? Man, his SMG is really good at getting up stagger. Like, really good at getting stagger up. Missile burst, huh? Man, Gadot is getting messed up. How is that? Sure. Of course, you wanted me to run right past this, didn't you, Final Fantasy? Or Square. Keep on kind of going back and forth on that.
I want every weapon ready to fire. Stay sharp.
All right, on my go.
Right.
Grenade. Wow. That was quite the ambush. Okay. Good job, I think. Yeah, we got him pretty easily. I guess it's time to get on one of these jet bikes.
That's a sad sound. Where's the soul?
Hey, Godot.
All right.
Yeah?
Coffee done.
If you don't know who you gotta save, you just protect them all, right?
Sure.
Something on your mind? You got plenty of time for thinking on the way, hero.
Why does he keep saying that like it's a
Yeah.
derogatory term? Is hero a derogatory term? Am I behind on the times on this one?
Ready! Go!
Hey, it's us. It's us. Don't shoot.
Snow!
Is this where we were supposed to go?
Kids.
Favor for a friend.
Okay.
Hey, Snow! You made it!
Hey,
Yo. So,
Hey.
you really managed to use that thing?
I think I'm done.
You're done when we are.
Ow, what's it?
That's the one.
The one what?
You have something to tell him?
Yeah,
All right then.
but
I'll go with you.
what?
That sounded very condescending.
Oh, you have no idea what it was like. Oh,
everyone safe?
the army's no match for Nora.
I meant the kids.
All accounted for.
Okay.
That's a
Keep
good
it
thing.
that way, all right?
Vanille, you're probably gonna have to take him by the hand and drag him up. I don't think he's gonna go on his own.
I'll swing by the vestige. Keep the kids out of trouble.
You got it. Say hi to the missus for me.
Assuming she's
You go
there.
skirt chasing, I take care of the kids. Some husband
Dinner's on me.
better be home cooking.
When's the wedding, lover boy?
Well, don't worry. None of you are invited.
We're still going.
Hey, you serious?
What about me?
That is some pretty realistic and good dialogue. I like that.
Oh.
Dude, you need to calm down. It's not the end of the world. I mean,
We'll get you all someplace.
It's not great.
Leave this to Nora.
Not gonna lie.
Psycom's nothing.
Honey, where are you?
Your mom's dead, so...
Please, everybody keep calm.
Alright, nothing back that way.
No one's getting burned.
Honey, where are you?
Stay with your family.
Stop running around, kid!
Wow.
We'll get you all someplace. I'm crying.
Anything over here?
Split up and find a way out of here.
As we try to go as one.
No? No items? I mean, they clearly gave me...
Stay focused or we're done for. I'm crying.
a very clear objective here. Not only is Vanille standing in front of it, but they have an objective marker there.
You okay?
I want to tell him. It's just that...
So, how many times do we have to run forward?
You know how to fly this?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. In you go. That way.
I mean, you only pointed forward, but then again, I mean...
If we go in there, that thing could... It could make us l'Cie. This is... I don't think I can...
You can do it.
What are you two doing?
Now you have to.
Uh-oh.
Well, they're gone.
Back here! You hear me? Hey!
The pulse fal'Cie. It held our future. And our fate.
I don't know what that means. Those are the same thing. Sure. You're certainly having me save a lot. Makes me feel like something really bad's gonna happen. So much for the jet bike.
Guess it's just us.
What did you expect?
She's making kind of a weird
Even
hand sign.
soldiers know not to go near the fal'Cie. You become a pulse l'Cie, and you're finished.
What do you mean, finished?
Haven't you heard, Miss...
Vanille.
Huh?
My name. And yours?
Hope. Thank you. What were we thinking?
That you'd have some fun.
Since we're here, let's look around.
He's clearly not at all comfortable with with pretty much anything. Anything.
Hey! Vanille, where are you?
With pretty much anything that's going on. Wow, what the hell happened?
Well?
That's,
Uh-oh. Their first fight. It looks like it should be some sort of spear, or maybe it's a wand. But it's a whip. Kind of. I mean, in most other Final Fantasy games, this would be considered a whip class weapon, so... I don't know, man.
Okay, back to exploring.
Also, every weapon in this folds up. Well, nearly every weapon folds up.
Better stay close.
So there's our shop. Nothing over here. And I think, hey, look, there's an item. Nothing over by our little bike.
Are you sure this is the right way?
Yes. It's one of the few optional areas we can go. So we're going to go there. So I know it hasn't become very clear yet, but one of the problems with this game is of how just linear it is. Like, especially coming out of from 12. 12, there was a million branching paths. A lot of the areas interconnected. But even if we just want to go from the perspective of 10, 10 was a fairly linear game. But there was something slightly different about its linearity. And I know I've asked this when we finished 10, and I asked this when we started this yesterday, but I almost feel like I just need to answer it as opposed to waiting for someone else to come up with what I have in mind when I asked you to think about it. And that is, despite them both being fairly linear games in terms of maps and whatnot,
What's wrong with her?
this one, as you will see far later, there's little to no possible backtracking. Everything is one way. And that, like, you wouldn't think that that would detract from it so badly, but it does. It takes a lot out of the game.
Please don't go looking for trouble.
That's what we're here for. That is almost specifically what Vanille does. Look for trouble. All enemies guard areas limited by their field of vision or other means of detection. Upon entering a guarded area, there will be a chance that the enemy or enemies patrolling will take notice. If your trespass is observed, a warning icon will appear above the heads. So, if you can reach an enemy before it sees you, you get a preemptive strike. That's essentially just what they were trying to explain to us. Alright, so now we're starting to get more loot from our enemies, especially in the realm of presumably what I expect to be
Where is he?
either vendor trash or materials in some variety.
Where are we going?
I mean, what else could it be?
No daydreaming now.
Also, we heal back up to full after every fight. Without having to use items or anything like that. Is that true? Because that seems like total BS. But this is not a game that I have a lot of fond things to say about, aside from primarily a few good pieces of dialogue and the fact that it looks ridiculously amazing.
You scared?
Not so much.
You really don't get it.
Pulse Falsey and Lissy are bad news. That's why Cocoon kicked them out. Live too close to the Falsey, one-way ticket to Pulse. That's the purge in a nutshell.
If they catch us here,
Bingo.
they'll purge us too. And then...
What's your problem?
What's my... Pulse is hell on Earth.
We'll be okay. Calm down.
Get off me.
Also, she really likes to hook things out. And she clearly does not understand that he's like 13 and she's already developed. And so he's going to have certain biological reactions that are going to make him uncomfortable, or that are more likely to make him uncomfortable.
Your hero is on his way.
Alright, so he's here for Sarah, who is his fiancée, from everything that we've been able to gather directly from the storyline thus far. Oh, holy crap, is that a branching path over here? No way. I mean, okay, doesn't go anywhere, but still, there was a branching path. I'm sorry for those that really like this. I'm probably going to be harsher than I really need to be, because the first time I played this, I had such high hopes. And they mostly got dashed on the rocks. And so I'm a little bitter at this game. And my high hopes go beyond it, even initial initial impressions. It was well into, I don't know, I'd say about a quarter of the way into the game when
Nothing to worry about.
my hopes started to disappear. It was around the time that we found and got Odin that was my real turning point.
Oh yeah.
So however far that is. I remember it not being very far, but we'll see. On a slightly different side, there's not a whole lot of grinding you can do in this game. It's not like 12 where you run around a corner and the enemies respawn. Also, there doesn't seem to be any speed up, so any grinding that we may be able to do in the future is going to be severely hindered.
Just hold on, Sarah.
I'm gonna push buttons and hope they get me to you. Okay, I don't know what this thing does. For all I know, I activated a death ray. And in a way, that's what kind of what it looks like.
Still won't budge? I think the door is winning.
Why didn't I listen?
Beg your pardon?
It was me.
What was you?
This is my fault.
Beg your pardon?
Cover your ears.
Huh? Oh, blast charge? Oh, wait, hold on. All right, hold. All right, go for it! Make it happen!
I'm so sorry. Please let me in. Please?
Now, that was all just related.
Hey!
Like, that was just a happy coincidence.
What? How'd you open it? After you.
Why are you still hanging around, Zaz? Every time you followed her into something, it's just been more trouble. Shrouds are special single-use aerosols that can only be used outside of battle and grant the party tactical advantages. Fortisol and Aegisol bestow their bonuses at the start of battle. Deceptisol, on the other hand, shields the party from enemy detection, eliminating any concerns of being spotted and attacked. It is useful to avoid combat. Oh man, that's cool.
Old folks could learn a thing or two about interior design. Here you go, stomping off on your own again.
Yeah, that's what she does, Zaz. If you don't like it, get the F out of here. Alright, let's fight these dogs. We want every fight. Every fight we can get, we want. We want every bit of experience, every bit of money, everything. Also, Vanille has a lot of hit points, I'm realizing. Like, Lightning has very few, about the same as Hope. And Zaz, yeah, Zaz has a few more. But in general, our teams are pretty weak hit point wise. I mean, as they should be. This is just the beginning of the game, but when you contrast it with somebody who has way more hit points, it becomes like pretty painfully obvious. Ooh, that is...
No reason to go picking fights, right?
No. Are you kidding me? We want to pick all of the fights. That is specifically what we want to do. All of the experience and money we can get our hands on, we want. Also, I wish auto battle meant like actually automated battle. Because as it stands, it is automated single turn. Which really isn't auto battle. Also, we're not getting XP for these fights, are we? Okay. Well, that was certainly a thing that just happened. Battle lasted 2 seconds.
You think some kind of welcoming present from that first recon team they sent
Ooh, we got a Phoenix down. I'm always up for more Phoenix downs. Oh, that's right. Wait. Do we get experience per battle here, or do we only get experience at the very end? Like, at the end of the area for our overall performance. I forgot how they do it in this one. Alright, now let's go and fight. Yeah, he's gonna notice us. He's right in front of the stairway. He's gonna notice us. I'm not Solid Snake. I can't sneak past somebody who's staring at me. Also, this guy hits pretty hard. There we go. Good job, Zaz. You are very good at keeping enemies staggered. And building stagger in the first place. Zaz has got a very important role on this team thus far. That is keeping the enemies in check.
I believe no one noticed this thing for all these years.
Nobody noticed what for all these years? I'm sorry, Zaz, what did you say? I wasn't really paying that much attention, to be perfectly honest. Pantheron? I'm okay with that. As an enemy name, that's pretty good. Also, that holster's position, a little weird that it's on the back and not the side. Also a little low, because as we can see, it would either catch in her knee pit, or... yeah, we don't have any magic. Screw it. Or she's kicking it back with her heels. So overall, just kind of a negative experience there. Alright, so we want to get rid of the Pantheron first. Oh, we don't really want to leave... Go. And now that we have our Gladius, which this is not, we do more. I don't know exactly how much more damage we do, but more. Come on. Get it before Zaz takes a dive. Thank you. Whew. That was close. But we gotta try and maintain our 5-star. I know we've gotten 1, 3, and 1, 4. So we have
Robotic death machines. Fantastic.
not exactly been, you know, perfect,
If
but
those things are still around, might be some soldiers trapped in here too. Except they'd
Whatever.
probably be Lassie by now. Huh? Not even human anymore. Just
Well,
pulse Lassie.
then we'll take care of them.
Enemies of Cocoon.
Presumably, I mean,
Can't show them any mercy.
we've been fighting everything so far, so why would we stop? To be fair, we did that in 12-2, and we didn't have to. There
Where's
was
the next one?
more than a few enemies that were not mandatory. House of Stairs, huh? Anything interesting in this house? Oh, nothing on this side. Nothing over here either. Okay. So, no reward for exploring this area. Guess we're just supposed to push forward.
Nothing to worry
Look,
about.
I pushed the forward on the stick until there was enemies. And then I hit the A button. That is effectively the sum total of a derogatory speech about this game. I pushed forward, and then I hit A. I mean, look at all that cool stuff up there. Why didn't we get to explore any of it? Alright, so now we summoned an elevator.
Alright.
I mean, presumably it's cool stuff up there. Maybe it's not.
Hang on, baby. Your hero's on the way.
Neat. Oh. Was it supposed to go down? Also, there's no guardrails.
Hang on, baby. Your hero's on the way.
I don't think OSHA would appreciate the construction of that elevator. Okay, so the second one allows them to push forward, but the first one didn't.
Calling himself a hero.
He's coming our way.
Is he?
What should I do?
Tell him what you need to.
But nothing I say'll change what happened.
Then shut up and deal with it.
We could just run away.
You either confront your problems, or you don't. Either way, just pick. You are getting a really crappy primer on life, but you're getting it, I hope. You can either confront the man that you believe killed your mother, if only by negligence, or you can not confront him. Ooh, hey, hey there, pups. I guess you're not really puppies. You're panthers, after all. Kitty cats. They're not just any kind of cats. Robo-cats. I think. Also, his boomerang just reminds me of a Nerf boomerang. Am I the only one? The Nerf boomerangs didn't work for... They didn't work for shit. At least none of the ones I ever had did. They'd fly out, and they would do kind of a half turn, and then just like nosedive to the ground.
No daydreaming now.
Okay, fight.
Goodbye. Sorry.
Wow, one lived? Dang. Alright. Was not expecting that. Ooh, we got a Fortisol. There's no way for us to jump over any of this and go and fight all those enemies that are over there again. Oh. Duh. The path opened up for me to go there, to go over here again. So I can fight them. Yay! Hey, Day Zero. How's it going, man? So far, what you've missed in the story is,
Yay, us.
Vanille and Hope have introduced themselves to each other. And, Vanille keeps pushing Hope to try and break out of his box a little bit. And, he doesn't want to. Also, we keep pushing forward to go places, and it takes us directly into the next enemy, where we then press A a whole bunch. Also, I don't think Vanille understands the kind of effects attractive young women have on insecure young men. Because he is clearly incredibly uncomfortable anytime she hugs him. And she doesn't care either. At least not yet. Later on, spoilers. Actually, no, wait, no. This game is less than 10 years old, so we're going to try to avoid spoilers. I should at least follow my own rules.
You're gonna regret it. Sorry.
Okay, so... God, camera. So... we re-killed everything. And I guess we'll... keep going forward, even though he wanted to hide? And keeping going forward isn't exactly... well, I mean, maybe it's hiding. What? We've been fighting things like this. What is your problem, man? Or is there something bigger up ahead that we weren't really paying attention to that he doesn't want to fight? I could see that. That he would have advanced visual knowledge and respond to it.
Can't we take it a little slower?
Hey, 100 gil. That's like a potion. Oh, yeah. No. He is totally kind of the stereotype of the insecure 13-year-old boy. Is he? Okay. I mean, he doesn't look unhealthy.
What are they?
See, you failed. This is what happens when Lassie don't complete the focus the fal'Cie gave them.
That is pretty horrifying, by the way.
Let's even these odds.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, I've pretty much always been just slightly overweight. At one point I was overweight, but it was mostly muscular, thanks to all the gym classes I was taking my senior year in high school to fill out all my elective credits.
How did you get in here? You gotta leave. Okay, listen. Find some place to hide and keep quiet. Once I find Sarah, we'll all leave together. You'll be home in time for dinner.
You...
Wait! Who's Sarah?
My wife. Future wife, that is.
Oh.
She's a pulse Lassie.
No.
She's here somewhere, along with that fal'Cie. I gotta find her and set her free.
What's wrong with you? Why do you want to help a Lassie? They're the enemy.
Huh.
How can you save a Lassie? And not... That's insane!
I like that little foot stomp. That's a nice little touch.
Probably. But I gotta do something, right? I'll be back.
Should we wait around for him and hitch a ride?
I'd rather go to Pulse.
Well, that
This
can be
is happening
arranged.
to me. When they found the fal'Cie the other day, we were just visiting Bodum. But the army took us, threw us on that train. Because of that guy, Mom is...
Some nice cargo pants.
Probably shouldn't leave them alone.
And he wants to help a Lassie.
Hey again.
Hey. Let's go with him. You gotta talk to him, Hope. If you don't take this chance, you'll regret it forever.
Well, I mean, so the bandana,
Okay.
it's kind of a, well,
Let's
I don't
go.
know, but to me it looks kind of like an odd coloration, that kind of teal that fading into white. Maybe it's more common than I am actually aware of. What is it, like an orange vest
What's gotten into you, soldier?
with the t-shirt?
Thought you came for a fight.
My sister.
It's doable.
Your sister.
She's a Lassie.
What? A pulse, Lassie?
The fal'Cie has her captive, but I'll find her.
Is she still... Hey, what was her focus? When she became a Lassie, what did the fal'Cie order her to do? It wasn't blow up Cocoon or anything like that, was it?
I didn't ask.
Maybe it was a mistake to not ask. Honestly,
When a person
Zaz's
gets
outfit
cursed
is
by a
probably the
fal'Cie,
easiest.
They become a Lassie, and they get given a focus, right? How do I put this? If they don't carry it out, Lassie
Zaz
ends
is
up
just
with
wearing
one
like a
focus.
heavy trench coat,
What I'm saying is,
an off-white
if your
button-up
sister's
with a
gone that
black
far- I mean,
tank top or
She might
maybe
still...
V-cut
How can I...
undershirt.
Oh, man. There's no way to turn a l'Cie back into a human. Even if she completes her focus...
Riding
there's no
boots.
changing her fate.
Can't tell what kind of pants those are, but I'm
She'll live
presuming
her
they're
life
just
as a FF13 slave.
pants.
Don't make her suffer.
Just say it! Any l'Cie, anyone who might ever become a l'Cie should be wiped off the face of Cocoon.
Also, he's totally wearing a military patch on
It's
his
people
shoulder.
like you that started the purge in the first place.
So why was he complaining to her about military when he's clearly wearing a patch of his own?
That's a Sith, huh?
Can we go back and fight the enemies that were over here? We can. That means bonus XP. I hope. Bonus, maybe bonus XP, but definitely bonus mats or vendor trash, whatever they happen to be. I think they're materials. Well, the big one's gone. So the number of frames we are dropping is not very many. However, every time I look over, we're immediately dropping frames, and that has me concerned a little bit that the connection is spotty and that something might happen. Although not nearly as bad as it has been in the past, so hopefully nothing will happen. Okay, so got some more torn leathers, and if I'm correct in remembering, and we get all of our experience at the end of the mission, then we'll get some bonus experience, which will be nice. Okay there, zombie dude. I do like the fact that they are giving us just one to start off with. If we didn't kill it so quickly, that would have provided us with a good learning opportunity for what it can do. But we just killed it, so didn't really learn a whole lot there. Okay, so we've learned that they hit kind of hard, but they also seem to take a fair amount of damage. So, not exactly what I would call like glass cannons, but not exactly the most durable of enemies either. They also move erratically and appears to have some sort of healing ability. It's good to know once we start getting mixed enemy groups. Because you pretty much always want to kill the healer first. Also, there's a flying enemy. Which will presumably be near the top. Bork. Bork, bork, bork. Is that what you were going for? Kind of a Swedish chef thing? Because that's immediately what jumps to my mind when I read that. Alright, so there's multiple flying enemies over here. That... Just one? So that could be bad. Yeah, pretty much. Wait a minute. Now, I've never been... As a kid, I was never, like, really into Sesame Street. But... Or no. Swedish Chef was on The Muppet Show, not Sesame Street, right? Like, I watched a little bit of both as a kid, but because they're both Jim Henson productions, they both just kind of, like, mixed together in my mind. Like, I obviously know, like, Big Bird and Count come from Sesame Street, and Miss Piggy and Kermit are from The Muppet Show. But, like, they just kind of... A lot of, like, some of the sketches that they would do just kind of mixed together in my mind because I was so young when I watched those. Where was I going with that? I don't know. In trying to explain it, I lost my train of thought of where I was taking that. Oh, that is a really big looking ghoul that we have coming up ahead. Okay. So we're fighting him. Aghast. That's what I am. But ooh, he hit hard. Nope. Also, that takes way too long. Like, there was definitely some button delay there. Like, I don't know. Can you guys hear when I'm effectively button mashing? To try and make sure that I get abilities off immediately. Alright. Yep, there we go.
The wrong place.
So yeah, like, there was definitely a delay from my button mashing and being able to select all allies. I wonder if there's a way in the settings that I might be able to optimize it so that I don't have to click so many buttons. I mean, if you're going to give me a combat with little to no interaction, I might as well minimize it, right? Honestly, as far as like the grinding episodes that we've done, that's been kind of the whole point of the grinding episodes, is how much can I get away with as little time as possible. Because the more I can get away with, obviously, the better. And that's just all about optimization of control scheme and what you're wanting to do. Which 12 is definitely the champion of. You can set up everything. You don't to where all you have to do is maneuver your characters from fight to fight, and everything else will get handled, barring something that you might want to, like, emergency need to take care of, like what was it? Virus. God dang, these things hit hard. Also, the fact that they have spells. Really sucks. Hey, that one happened in a reasonable time frame. Is it just like a QTE thing at that point? Is that all I have to get used to, is actually not optimizing the control scheme itself, but just my timing on button pushes? So that the menu is actually up? No spoils. Come on. But I'm killing it. Hey! Beat you there! I'm the better person for Sarah's life. Not Snow.
Time to go. We have to leave before the army. What?
That's a Pulse brand. That girl's a Lassie.
She
I already
told you.
that.
Pulse Lassie are the enemies of Cocoon.
So they should die?
Listen, if she fails her focus, you know how that'll end.
And killing her is a mercy? You came.
Of course she came. Your sister wouldn't just leave you. Well, I mean, she might. But between Snow and Lightning, somebody's coming for you.
My hero?
Ooh, Lightning does not exactly look happy.
Hands off. I'm taking her home.
Sis.
I'm not your sister. You couldn't protect her. It's your fault she can save us. Sarah?
You can save us. Or protect us all.
What does that even mean?
Save Cocoon.
Save Cocoon? Sarah? That was your focus?
Anything. I'll do anything. Leave it to me, you'll see. I'll protect Cocoon. I'll save everyone.
Somehow. I'll make things
I
right.
like the just like
You just relax.
the laser vision that Lightning gets every time she looks at Snow.
Sarah!
Ooh. Is that a good thing? Sarah's tear? Because that
Sarah!
doesn't look very healthy.
Why is she turning to crystal?
The sea who fulfill their focus are transformed into crystal and gain eternal life.
Just like the story said.
Sarah, sweet dreams.
So her focus...
Sweet dreams? She's not sleeping! Sarah's...
She's now a crystal construct.
She's alive.
You can now tap her for 1 mana.
Legend. Remember
Probably
the
2.
legend.
A crystal that big's probably 2
Fulfill their
mana.
focus, turn to crystal and gain eternal life. It's the same with Sarah. Eternal life. She's not dead.
But she's not exactly
Sarah's my bride to be. I promise to be hers
living
forever.
either.
I don't care how many years I have to wait.
It's over! Open your eyes and face reality!
Wow. She was able to knock him down. She hits harder than
Does becoming a
than
Lucy
guns.
really mean losing everything? What now?
The army.
Okay, it actually is the army.
Target is almost in place. Surface team, what is your status? Good to go. Resistance is under control. The assault proceeds as planned. Leave no trace. The pulse vestige never existed.
Those are some pretty stout cables. And really, really long. I'm pretty surprised, to be honest. Holy cow. Whatever, however those were fired, that has some serious punch.
What's happening?
Must be a sanctum strike. Bring down the vestige and the foul sea right with it.
Aren't they taking it back to Pulse? That's what the patch was, right?
All they care about is getting everything from Pulse off Cocoon. Dead or alive, it's all the same.
We can't stay here. They'll kill us.
Yeah. Without a qualm.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Trenchcoat, where you going?
Day with the foul sea. Got some things to talk about.
How
What?
amazing would
You
it have
gonna
been
ask
if,
it to help
in
her?
his
Are you
ridiculous
out of your mind
grasp,
again?
it
That thing
he
wants to
crushed
chew
your
us up
hand.
and spit us out. Well, what do you want me to do? What?
He fights robots with his fist. He has the strength to do something like that.
Here we go.
Oh, Lightning is gonna be pissed. Anything she talks to is not gonna be very happy once she gets involved in the conversation. Alright. We have our first 3-person team. And because it's a staggered, thanks to a surprise attack, we ripped it a new asshole. Flying enemy, come back here. No. No, fight the flying one. Fight the white. Alright, then we'll get rid of the ghoul first. We can hit that one. Good try, Snow. Apparently that's your weakness, is you can't hit flying things. He's not very well. Apparently he can't jump. For everything he can do, jump with his incredible strength. Jumping is not one of them. Wow, that white got torn apart. Come on, target Snow. He can take a hit. Whew. Very close. But we kept Zaz alive, and that's all that matters. To the game, anyway. Alright, man. Have a good night. Five more potions. Anything? Ooh. We now have B&W Outfitters, where we can buy iron bangles. Components, okay. So there are... These are materials. Good. So they liked, at least in some way, the crafting system from... 12. We should probably save. It's been a little while. And being, you know, lightning and snow, both violent characters, chances are we're going to get into a fight with something. And just based on what I'm seeing here, I'm going to say Norg. We're getting into a fight with Norg.
A crystal now. You gave her a focus, and she did it. You got what you want. Now let her go! Please, turn her back.
Does it have that power?
Instead.
Fine. You go on begging. Like this thing gives a damn what we want!
Lightning!
You're gonna pull some muscles that way.
Started, and it's people who are dying. Sarah told us to save Cocoon. That means this thing needs to die. What?
Okay. Okay, I'm still just seeing Norg so far. Ooh, that is bright. Genova? No?
What the?
Whatever it is, it has some sort of crystalline heart. It's clearly some sort of engine.
Come on now. You really think you can kill a Fal'Cie?
I'm doing this for Sarah.
Dodge.
Who's Dodge? Or is that a curse word? Come on, game.
I'm in. As long as you don't mind an amateur. These things, might as well use them.
Thanks.
Anima, huh? Well, that doesn't really look like the anima that I remember. But whatever. Well, no one was nearby, so... Initiating regeneration sequence, huh? So we need to mess up anima as much as possible before those things regenerate. Left manipulator. Ooh, that. That hurt. Now step back. Christ. Hey, it didn't even fully lose its combo. Ooh.
I owe you.
It's alright, we're gonna take this thing down. And with that slight amount of time that we spent hitting anima, we kept that combo persistent, which is good. And honestly, anima is close enough to death that I think we're just going to keep fighting him. Yep. There we go. Bam. Doctor's Code. Okay. Sounds neat. Sounds like it might be another store. Maybe a recipe.
Where are we?
Alright, now this is messed up.
What's going on?
Oh. Oh, I don't think we can beat that. I saw a whole bunch of water and what looked to be some tentacles, I think. Well, that messed up this facility. Pretty badly too, like, F, man. Huh. Okay. Okay.
When I couldn't see a future, and I was afraid. When the future was clear, and it hurt to see. I'd just close my eyes and lose myself in happier days.
Seems reasonable.
Great spot to watch from.
The whole gang's here tonight.
How'd that happen?
Don't know. Destiny?
More like dumb luck.
Let's go find him.
Excuse me.
See you around. You know. No, but I want to.
Whoa.
You just missed her. She said she'd be at the usual place.
Thanks.
Sorry about that. Now, who'd you say you were looking for?
Despite everything that they did wrong with the actual gameplay, like, they do a lot right with the writing and the story. And it kills me to play through this game.
Maybe I was. I was hoping that tomorrow I can tell my sister. She'll be so mad, knowing I hid it from her.
Don't worry. I'll take the blame for you. You know, you should ask for something bigger. These are wish-granting fireworks, like in the stories.
Stories, huh? The sea who fulfill their focus, they become crystal and gain eternal life.
Would help if they gave you some clue about what you're supposed to do. We'll figure this thing out. You will never be one of those monsters.
So what will I be? A crystal?
That's better than being one of the goals. Sorry. I'm used to...
Yesterday at the store, I got us something.
I'm used to saying it like you would.
Don't know much about jewelry, but I hope you like it.
So in the Middle East, they don't have... is where the story of, like, zombies as we know them comes from. They're called ghouls. They're soulless abominations that consume the flesh of the dead.
Sarah.
But only those that are not buried in, like,
My only.
proper...
Will you marry me?
religious, sanctified ground. Or people that were
She said yes!
extremely sinful. It's kind of like a body desecration punishment for... And they typically turn the bodies that they feed on into other ghouls. So it's part of the... what we would consider the modern zombie myth.
Gotta love these fireworks. They granted my wish.
Your wish?
Before I asked you to marry me, I wish that you would say yes.
Then maybe they'll grant mine, too.
What's that?
To have the courage to tell Lightning that I've become a Lassie.
Hey, our engagement is way bigger news. Oh man, I can't wait to see her face.
See you later, Kasan.
She'll be my new
Actually,
sister.
once this is all... This cutscene I remember being pretty long. Once it's over with, we're probably done for the night.
Whoa.
That's dangerous as hell. Fire... I mean, their fireworks aren't made using different metals that are burning at... I don't even know how hot fireworks burn, but it's hot as hell.
Hey, Snow?
Yeah. What? That was close.
Gorgeous. Our own private heaven.
All we need. Just you and me.
The bad boy with the heart of gold. Also, his jacket reminds me a lot of Cypher's. And I think that's maybe on purpose. Because not just the fact that it's a trench coat, the color, the piping, the... I mean, obviously he doesn't have the red, like, daggers or whatever they were down the sides of the sleeves, but still. He reminds me a lot of Cypher's. Was Hope with the first one up?
Is this for real?
It's crazy as hell is what it is. Real or not. Okay, so maybe I was wrong that this section isn't quite as long as I remember, but there's a lot of small cutscenes back to back then.
Well, I guess we fell from up there. Lake turned to crystal?
Help me out here. I mean, did the Foul Sea do this? How in the world did we end up here?
How should I know?
We're alive. How?
Sarah! No one survives a fall from that high. Not without a miracle. Sarah saved us!
Sarah, listen. It's all your fault. She got...
Hey! Watch out!
Oh.
You used magic. You used the power of Lassie. The Fal'Cie cursed us. We're Lassie now.
Well, you better figure out your focus then. Also, the fact that that sword is effectively a balisong that transforms it from a gun to a sword, totally awesome. Yeah, we'll view this tutorial. This is actually the bread and butter of the combat system. You can assign characters the most effective roles for a given situation by changing your party's paradigm. You can switch the paradigms as often as you like by pressing tab. That doesn't help me on a controller. It is left shoulder. Each paradigm assigns specific roles to members of your party. These roles define the spells and abilities available to the party, as well as general behavior in combat. There's a wide variety of paradigms to choose from. Offensive paradigms concentrate on dealing damage to the enemy, while defensive focus on protecting and healing. It's very important to paradigms to suit your situation. Press right and left to scan the paradigms available and see the list of roll. Your current paradigm, Relentless Assault, is an offensive paradigm in which multiple attackers coordinate their efforts. The paradigms to Ravengers target which enemies that combo attacks with the goal of quickly filling the enemy's chain gauge in order to stagger it. If you wish to continue using a Relentless Assault paradigm, press backspace to close the paradigm deck. If you wish to change your paradigm, select a new paradigm with right or left. Yeah, sure, we'll continue with that. That works here for now. Also, Lightning now has 3 attacks, or 3 action points. One of your party members has just taken damage. Now might be a good time to go into the Solidarity tech and change to the other one, but we're not going to because the fight's over.
So we really are l'Cie.
What do you think happened?
Looks like it. You too?
Yep. Right here.
Ho-ho!
Okay.
Totally not
l'Cie to the last.
intended as...
Why me? I don't even know you. But you have to go and attack that thing? Just leave me alone.
Well,
It's your fault, You could have. All of this is your and Sarah's fault.
Watch it.
yeah, don't tell Lightning it was Sarah's fault.
Sorry.
Everything is gonna be all right. You'll see. Come on.
On another note, the voice acting is... I think I mentioned this yesterday, but might as well keep praising this game where I can. The voice acting is great.
l'Cie, huh?
Yep. We're all playing for Team Pulse now.
Anything interesting back here before we save and call it a night? No? Do we have a safe point anywhere nearby? Also... paradigms. So we can make our own paradigms. We can change some of them that we've got. So far we can't level anything up, but that's okay.
Trust the soldier to keep her cool through this mess.
Okay, if we don't know our focus, how do we complete it?
I think I saw it.
Saw what?
That is how a focus comes down, people. The FF13, they don't spell it out with clear-cut instructions. All you get is a hazy glimpse. Well, you know, that's what they say. You know, legends and all. Legends.
Did you see anything?
I just... It's all kind of foggy, but... I saw this big... towering...
What? Wait a minute. Hold on now. Do we all have the same dream?
Ragnarok.
They even have a name for it.
So, we all saw the same dream. We all heard that same voice.
You mean that was our focus? But how are we supposed to know what to do from that?
That's the tricky part. The dream's the only hint the Fal'Cie gives us. Figuring out what to do with it, that's our job.
Okay. We're Pulse l'Cie, right? Enemies of Cocoon. So, does that mean that our focus is... Are we supposed to...
Save her.
Say what?
Our focus is to protect Cocoon.
Really? Okay. And why's that?
Sarah told us.
That's what you're going on?
Let's do it. We're all in this together. I'm gonna look for Sarah. She ought to be nearby.
I'll come too! Wait!
Jeez. That boy can't stay still.
No, he can't. Here's our level up tutorial. Having become l'Cie, the members of the party can now develop their powers, learning new abilities and improving attributes such as strength, magic, and HP. Sure, we'll view the tutorial. First, open up the menu and select Crystarium. Now select the character we're going to start with Lightning. The Crystarium, like everything in this game, looks beautiful. The Crystarium is, which allows you to develop a character's abilities in various roles. Lightning can currently develop as a Commando or a Ravager. Each has its own path of development. Select Commando. You can use the Ruin Crystal. You can see the Ruin Crystal is illuminated. Illuminated crystals represent known abilities. Lightning can use the magic spell Ruin whenever she's playing the role as Commando. The crystal next to Ruin is still dimmed, but by extending a line of Christogenesis to reach it, Lightning can obtain the crystal. You can advance the path of Christogenesis by holding down your enter button. Doing so will consume Christogen points. Characters develop always requires CP. Go ahead and advance Lightning's path. You obtain strength +4 crystal, increasing Lightning's strength attribute by 4. At times, you must direct the course of Christogen. Normally, the line will advance until it runs out of CP. However, it will stop automatically at branching points, like strength +4 crystal that you just obtained. Continue advancing. Alright. Oh no, we ran out of CP. So this is the level up system. Strength. Nope. Okay. Oh, is this all I've got from that one so far? It's kind of a interesting system. Libra HP. So he's just a Ravager. Synergist, huh? Also, these things kind of become convoluted. As you can see, like some of the... It's three-dimensional. And eventually you'll have lines that progress in all sorts of weird directions.
We need to find a way out of here. We can worry about everything else later.
No, nothing over here?
I can't see anything but crystal.
I'm not surprised.
Pretty
There's
and
a...
all, but it's kind of creepy too.
So let us save.
Watch the other play.
And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to do what little grinding tonight that we have access to, which is not going to be very much, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I just did that. Oh well. So we are going to call it a night right there. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in, hanging out with me. I also want to thank Day Zero and Kassan for participating in chat tonight. Remember that on Saturday, March 31st, we're having our bonus stream and giveaway in celebration of reaching 50 followers. It's going to start at noon Pacific time. So 1 Mountain, 2 Central, 3 Eastern. Those for every... Hey, Henry. And so I hope you guys will join me for that. As well as tomorrow, where we will pick back up with Final Fantasy 13 and see how much we can walk forward and press A whole bunch. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Hope you have a great day tomorrow, and I hope you'll join me. Have a good night.